Hi everybody, 13 here. It's been a rough day already. I'm exhausted, but as they say, the show must go on. Today we're going to talk about masking. Now, what masking is when somebody who suffers from a hidden disability or a hidden illness that causes them distress and pain, we still put on a brave face, we still get out and try and do things to the best of our ability. A lot of us do this every single day of our lives, despite the fact that we are in excruciating agony. I get up every morning. It generally takes me about 3 or 4 hours to start getting wound up to the point where I actually am able to do something. And that's only after I've had so much of my herbal supplements and stuff to be able to get me going. But then I get up, I go to work, I work as a line cook at an extremely busy restaurant. And so for anywhere from 7 to 11 hours a day, I got to put a smile on my face. I've got to be like stuck in overdrive gear. And it gets to the point where a lot of times it's exhausting. I mean, I'll get done at the end of the day from work, barely be able to make it home, and then when I make it home, I lay down and instantly it's done. I can no longer do any moving, anything like that. Sometimes the pain is so severe that I will lay in bed and cry for hours before I finally get myself to sleep. And there are a lot of people that go through that. If there's someone that you know or that somebody else knows that you've been told about, they suffer from a disease or a chronic pain, and you see them out smiling and enjoying themselves, at least in your eyes, it's not that they're doing better. It's the fact that they've put on a brave face, sucked it up, and are enduring and coping through so much pain just so they can go out and be a part of a normal life and the people that are around them. And all of this is because none of them are treated well enough to the point to keep their pain under control to the point where they can legitimately go out and do daily normal things. I know a lot of people, including myself, on our days off, and there's some days I can't even get out of bed. I'll need to go shopping for 3, 4, 5 days and not be able to do it because it's just too much for me on top of everything else. Even just getting to doctor's appointments, things that we know we need to go to, is exhausting, especially whenever you're going to that provider and you're not getting the proper treatment and stuff that you need, and they're just giving you the bare minimum of what they think that you need or what they want you to do to keep you going. I know a lot of these doctors in these clinics, they see 30, 40, 50 or more patients a day. That's not a doctor's office. That's a cattle barn. That's you're literally just running people through like it's cattle. And that's horrible. There was a point in time when doctors would actually sit down, talk to their patients, get to know their patients, learn about them, what's going on, and work with that patient to find them a treatment that worked well for them. Nowadays, doctors are taught that if it walks like a horse, it sounds like a horse, it must be a horse. And a lot of these hidden illnesses and diseases are zebras. And doctors are no longer trained to look for something that's out of the box. So a lot of patients go and continue with their conditions progressing and getting worse and worse because these doctors aren't looking outside of the box. They're not looking for something that's not in the norm or outside of the norm to treat. And what it boils down to is they want the simplest, easiest treatment they can possibly give you, get you in the door, medicated, and out the door, and ignore everything else. And because of that, that's the reason why a lot of these chronic conditions progress to the point where, a patient is in non-stop excruciating pain. bedridden, ending up on palliative care. I've said it in other videos, you know, as a result of under-treatment or not being treated at all by their doctors. There's a lot of patients that'll have to go out and get relief in non-traditional ways, be it buying medications off the streets, using herbal supplements, anything like that. And then there's a certain number of patients that, because they're so hopeless, they feel so hopeless and they're so heartbroken, and the pain is so severe that they break down and they take their own lives. And people shouldn't suffer like that. I mean, my beautiful Lisa with her disease, and it was all because her disease was rare. She was a complicated case, so she didn't get the care that she needed. And my poor Lisa, as she wasted away in 3.5 years in excruciating agony because she wasn't treated properly and doctors wouldn't listen to us about her disease, her symptoms, and stuff like that. And that's the whole point of what I'm doing now with Lisa's ride and this cross-country campaign, is because of what I watched my beloved Lisa. She was my soulmate, lover, and my best friend. And what I watched her go through, no human being should be forced to go through what I watched her go through for the 3.5 years that she progressed in her disease. You know, so, you know, if this resonates with your heart, if you or someone you know suffers from a chronic condition that causes, you know, chronic pain throughout your life, the link to the website for Lisa's ride will be in the description, along with the link for the GoFundMe to help me get this done. Together we can stand up, we can make our voices heard, and it's time. It's time for us to stand up and fight for what is ours as human beings. Anyways, guys, I love you guys very much. Thank you for keeping up with me. Check the links in the description. Thank you.